In 1857, Florence Nightingale went to bed. She was 37 years old. She had just returned from the Crimean War, where she had reduced the mortality rate in the military hospitals from 42% to just over 2%. She had become one of the most famous persons in Britain, possibly the world. But why would she put herself in harm's way in a disease hospital where you only have at best a 58% chance of survival, which is not much better than 50-50, where she might contract a disease? Could it be that she greatly cared for these people enough to risk her health for their well-being? She produced their rate of survival all the way up to 98%. Imagine that. And at 37 years old, one night she went to bed, and sadly, she did not leave that bed, not substantially, for 53 years. She suffered from what is now believed to have been a debilitating combination of chronic illness, post-traumatic stress, and a condition called brucellosis contracted during the war. She did not go back to the battlefield, but she built a system meaning no one had to die the way they used to. That's the highest form of intentional, caring, vision, and production that there is. She lived till 90, and from that bed, she reformed the entire British military hospitals. She created the first Nightingale Faculty of Nursing operating at King's College. She wrote over 200 books, reports, and pamphlets. She invented modern hospital design. She pioneered the use of statistical charts to communicate health data to government officials. She corresponded with prime ministers. She testified before royal commissions. She influenced health policy in multiple countries: Britain, Canada, Australia, United States, and others, all from her bed. Not because she was lazy, not because she had given up, but because she had discovered something that most people never learn. The highest form of caring and intentional blessing requires your system and your intentions and your vision. Florence Nightingale said, and I quote, "I attribute my success to this: I never gave nor took any excuse." We all know the story of the lady in the lamp and walking through the wards at night, tending to soldiers with a lamp. That story is true, and it is the smallest part of who she was. What most people never tell you is what she did afterwards. After the war, she understood something that the romantic story of that lamp skips. Individual heroism does not scale. One person with a lamp can save a few lives in one ward, but a system, a vision, an intention to improve lives, a well-designed, institutionally embedded system that she created can save millions of lives in every hospital in every country in the world. So she stopped just carrying the lamp by force, but she built a system meaning other people could carry it. She documented everything she learned. She created standards. She created and trained nurses and nurses training systems. She improved sanitation and ventilation systems. She published documents in language that government could read and understand. She built an infrastructure that improved healthcare across generations. She did not go back to the battlefield, but she built the intentional system that meant no one had to die anymore the way they used to, and it was the highest form of caring, intentions, vision, and she saved memories, families, heroes, generations. So I want to take Nightingale's insights and take it directly into your economic life. Most people build the way that Nightingale did. They show up and they care, they show up with their lamp, they use their personal presence, and as long as they are present, as long as that lamp keeps moving, their income flows. Then at some point they retire, and at some point the lamp stops glowing. Many of them, because of the structure of their plan, their income begins to drain. In some cases, their goodwill and intentions can begin to drain unless they intentionally built a system, an intentional effort to continue to bless others despite their not working. Nightingale understood the lamp was necessary in the moment when she worked, but the system was more important. Your career has been great and is necessary, but your retirement plan can become a perpetual good for causes you care about. You can do so much good for your world. Bless causes if you decide to, and if you build some type of system to improve their lives. The system that works whether you're present or absent, healthy or not healthy, here or gone. Nightingale built more from her bed than most people build in a lifetime of activity because she understood this. What are you building while you rest or while you work? Let me explain what most of your contemporaries are living in right now. Imagine your financial life is like a bathtub. For 30 or 40 years, you flow everything in, your contributions, employer match, market growth, compounding returns, while you're working. As long as you don't get a disease that leaves you bedridden or disabled, you continue to contribute, and at some point you retire, and then the arrows flip. Everything flows out, including inflation, higher taxes, higher assessments, higher utilities, greater health challenges than you planned. And by design, for most people's systems, very little flows back in, if anything. It's just a drain. For most of us, the days of the pensions are in the past, and the days of the 401k are present. Most fill theirs with mostly growth assets, paper assets, hoping for a better market, because their advisors thought it was a good idea. In retirement, what do they have? A drain, a depletion model where you have to deplete to survive. And eventually someone points out that eventually it runs out, but hopefully after you expire. Until you decide to change your engine and make your savings purpose with intentions go and bless other causes because it has recurring income in it. Nightingale from her bed looked at that model and said, okay, I've built a lamp carrying plan, I need a system. The shift I'm inviting you into is exactly what Nightingale made in 1857 when she went to bed and couldn't carry the lamp anymore. She built a system from depletion planning, purely based on her or you, to production planning that's tied to life and statistics, blessing beyond her years. Some of you may know that pension firms, teachers' retirement firms, university endowments, insurance companies own infrastructures that produce to scale, not based on the successes of certain small companies and their leaders. Multifamily real estate is part of that asset in all of those. Professionally managed, income-producing, needs-based assets, because 35% of Americans pay rent and the demand never stops. The system with good management means they never have to be there, you never have to be there. So I want to share with you a story of someone who worked so hard and cared so much. Carol is a retired nurse practitioner. She spent 35 years caring for others, and she loved every moment of it. But her retirement plan and her bathtub, she says, I want my income to work the way my best years work without me having to be there. She shifted into multifamily passive investing. Distributions began. She took her first real vacation in a decade without doing the math first. Nightingale would have nodded and said, I liked the lamp and the caring, but I love the system. And I want to relate her ideas to your future. Nightingale went to bed in 1857, but changed the world for the next 53 years, not despite her situation, but because she understood that systems produce with intention. What would your next 20 years look like if your income did not require your presence? What would you build? Who would you bless? What would you restore? What would you give? The end of retirement is not the end of production. Sometimes it's where the best production begins, if you plan it. Florence did not quit when she stopped moving. She built systems with intention. She did not receive a salary, by the way, when she was working in Crimea, in the hospitals. She served on a volunteer basis, and her wealthy father provided her with an independent income of 500 pounds, which covered her expenses and allowed her to work without pay, when nursing was not as respected as it has become today, largely because of her. Yet she built systems, training manuals, educational platforms to improve lives, systems that are still used today in hospitals. She received a financial reward, a large one, from her country for this, but she used it to establish the Nightingale Training School for Nurses at St. Thomas Hospital, a system to continue to improve and bless lives and citizens beyond her wonderful life and years. That is the invitation I'm extending to you today, not to stop working or give up, or not to have a retirement system, but to produce a system and a vision that blesses causes you care about. Bless others beyond your working years. And find yourself, if you ever do find yourself in a wheelchair or are incapable of doing as much, your system still blesses you and your grandchildren and the causes you care about. Florence Nightingale died at age 90. She never married. She believed that God had called her to this service. she considered herself a bride of heaven. Her life was strategically used to bless the world with greater health, greater good, greater causes. If anything resonated with you today, if you see how planning for income might benefit you or your future causes that you care about when your body may or may not cooperate, my team and I would be honored to have that conversation with you. And I have a free passive income playbook that explains exactly how passive multifamily investing works. Just ask. It's a lot simpler than most people think. Florence Nightingale would say this to you.
Thank you for caring for others as much or more than yourself. Thank you for serving them and their causes that I know are dear to you. Don't merely carry the lamp to care for your causes on your own. Build the system that will keep your causes warm and cherished beyond your abilities and your years. That is what I did. These wonderful heroes' world is still lit by it. Now it is your turn. You can bless people, causes, heroes, charities beyond your ability to work and live. Will you build a system that keeps your light shining beyond your ability years, as I did? If you do, I assure you that you will love your life so much more, leave a more lasting impact on those causes you care about, and you will enjoy your retirement years much better, and leave a legacy as only your legacy can. Keep your light burning far beyond your years as I did. You will be so glad you did.
Friends, Florence never ever gave up. Question: will you give up? Or will you build an intentional system to bless causes beyond your years? Thank you.